Go, boom. All right. I love all the good mornings. Good morning to all of you guys. October 25th, 2024. That is right. We are already in the fourth quarter. What we're going to be talking about today, as I do have a special guest coming on in about 14 minutes. Good friend of mine. And I'm really excited because today we're going to be talking about the social media pro tactics. Now, if you're on this Zoom right now and you're saying to yourself, Ashley, I'm not on social media. Fantastic. You're the person I want to talk to. Maybe you're the person that has Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, LinkedIn. Great. You're also the person that I want to talk to. So I want to talk to both parties here because me and you and I, guess what? This we of a team that we're on, the social media is a building block to where you physically want to go. In other words, it is the number one way to market. It is social proof when it comes to our clients, when it comes to also the people that potentially that are builders of an agency. And so that's why it's so important for us to really start understanding the power that social media really has. So here we go. So if you're taking notes, this was inspired by a gentleman by the name of Dan Martell. So I learned this, I want to say it was last Wednesday, not this past Wednesday, but last Wednesday. And he's one of my coaches now. And this guy, Dan Martell, dude, the guy is brilliant. We're talking, he went from 100,000 followers to over 2 million followers in 12 months. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that it's all about followers. It's not. It's not. And if you're the person that says, hey, well, I can just pay for my followers, that's not organic. A couple of things that you want to understand when it comes to this, we call it the short shoot system. So all of us can do this. Okay. And I actually already started implementing this just a couple of days ago. And I'm really excited to see how your social media starts to light up. The number one social media that I need every single person to be on is Instagram. I need you to be on Instagram because that is a business marketing tool that whether you're young, whether you're older, doesn't matter. Everybody needs to be on Instagram. So that's number one I want you to be on. So if you don't have that, don't do it right now. Don't download it, but definitely start thinking about it. So here we go. The short shoot system. This is inspired by Dan Martell. And there's going to be an ABC. So the A here, content. When it comes to content, there's three things that I need you to understand when it comes to the content of what you're going to be posting out there. Because there's going to be some people right now, probably the majority of folks that are on this Zoom right now, they're thinking to themselves, I don't know what to shoot. Do I have it scripted? Do I not? And I'm about to just detail it out to you. So simple. You're going to love this. So there's three things in this A content. So when it comes to your content, emotion leads to movement. I need you to feel it, whatever you're going to video. If you're going to post a picture of yourself and it's going to be with you and a senior that you just took care of for their final expenses, is it going to move me, the audience on Instagram, if I read your post? Does it do something in me? Is it just that you're just posting, hey, I'm with the senior and I just did 535 AP? Did that move you? Does it? Then why are you posting it? So when it comes to your content, you've got to feel it. You've got to be energetic. Okay. So when it comes to this, you got to understand that it's human to human. Don't put us on a pedestal. Be you, be real. One thing I love about, when I watch Laura, when it comes to her social media, gosh, because she's such an influencer, is dude, it don't matter if she ain't got no makeup on. It don't matter if she's in the gym or the kids are crying in the background. It don't matter because she's living in that moment. It's a human to human interaction, not a robot. You be authentic, be real. Do it when it comes to think about it like this. What if there was a question that you could answer? Think about it like this. A question might be, gosh, what do you do? That's a great question. So then say that in your content. Okay. So for example, here's another question. Well, how do you impact lives? So almost act to yourself like, what are some questions? You can go to ChatGPT on this one. I know Chris Houghton will like that comment, but you can go to ChatGPT and say, hey, I'm a life insurance producer. What are some things that are questions that somebody would want to hear on social media? And then they're going to list out a whole bunch of questions and just answer that question in 1 minute and 20 seconds. If you start going on a rant for 3 minutes, you lost them. People right nowadays, gosh, I mean, I feel like it just keeps going lower and lower as far as our attention span, where now it's 13 seconds. This is why people just keep scrolling. So do it when it comes to almost asking like an answer to a question. As far as, well, I don't know what to post. Just think of a question that you would want to be asked, and then, well, this is what I do. Well, this is how I help seniors. Well, what's really difference between whole life and term life insurance? Why is it that people think that whole life insurance is not attainable, or that they think that they can't actually qualify for it? And here's the third thing is, I need you to live it. So not only do you need to feel it, do it, I need you to live it when it comes to your content. You've got to be real, authentic. If you're quirky, be quirky. If you are silly, be silly. If you are just, I mean, I love Michael Morrissey because when he does his videos, it shines his personality, doesn't it? Like it's just magnetic, and he's real and he's authentic. So what you're doing is make sure that you're creating that emotion to create movement. And so next thing is, if there's no emotion in your content, guess what? There's no movement. So there's motion in emotion because it moves people. Okay? It moves people. So here's another thing too. If you're going to post a picture, post pictures of the things you want to do more of. Think about it like that. Okay? Post pictures of the things you want to do more of. All right? So maybe, for example, it could be something like you're traveling. Maybe you're taking a walk with your dog. Okay? And bam, you take a picture. Maybe you put a quote on it. People are more likely to stop and read what you're about to say if you physically post words on the picture. Now, I just dumped a whole bunch of pictures from the leadership retreat this weekend, and it was really exciting. But here's the thing is, that was just a whole photo dump, so that way I can have it on my memory line, okay? But when you're going to post a picture, be intentional about it. Is it going to move me? I need you to show up consistently and show up with value. If you're going to do content and you're going to create an audience of people that want to follow you, start thinking about what's the brand that you want to actually uncover. And if you're a brand new agent on here, it really doesn't matter so much about your brand as it is, hey, I just want to tell the world that I'm so proud to be on the Dreammakers team, to be a part of North American Senior Benefits. That's where you start. Hey man, I'm just so grateful just to be alive. Okay. Post consistently and show up every single day. And you're like, well, that's a lot. Just post once a day. And you're like, well, when do I post? Doesn't matter. Just post once a day. Matter of fact, I'll give you a challenge at the very end. With the things that you do, highlight what you're best at. Think about it. Like, what are you so good at that is like a weapon, that you are just so darn stinking good? You see, we hired you because you had the qualities, you had the characteristics that we were looking for. So therefore, there was something that separated you from everybody else. What is it? And that's the value that you bring to your audience. That's the content that you want to bring out. So another thing too is, look, man, when you're out there doing the content, just boom, you're like, oh man, this is a great idea. Boom. It doesn't have to be planned. Just do it. Here comes the B. So A is content. What's the content that you're putting out there? B is recording. And you're like, well, dang, okay. It actually matters how we record. Yeah. Check this out. This is what we call credibility indicators. So when Dan Martell talks about these credibility indicators, people judge you based on your videos. They will judge you on your content that you're putting out there. Your environment communicates who you are. Why am I on the back porch? It's a nice, lovely day, isn't it? The sun is shining. You can hear the birds in the background. It's almost peaceful, isn't it? You got my fern right here that keeps shedding. Your credibility indicator, your environment communicates who you are. If you're not lighting up the chat of things that are chicken nugget bombs to you guys right now, you should be. Again, if you're just joining us currently right now, I already told you guys I had 3 standards. You got to come off a video. You got to light up the chat. And then number 3 was that next week when we actually start doing this, as far as the standard here is, you can actually ask questions, come off a mute, show live on video to maybe a special speaker, but you got to be in the 10K club to ask questions. So when it comes to your shot flow, make it fun, make it energetic, make it fun. Again, there's got to be some emotion in it. Don't be monotone. If you're saying to yourself, gosh, I really feel like I'm kind of monotone. Okay, no worries. Start watching Vin Gang on YouTube. He will teach you how to elevate your pitch. He will teach you how to eliminate filler words from the content that you're bringing out there, which leads me to another point when it comes to B for recording is your confidence. You may not be confident right now in the content that you're bringing out, but you have to post. I remember Nick Goichai learned this from Grant Cardone, one of the biggest social media influencers. And he said this, bad marketing is still good marketing. Bad marketing is still good marketing. Just post something once a day and then start getting good at doing it twice a day and then 3 times a day. Your confidence in eliminating those filler words, such as, like, so, that was my filler word, like, right? And that being said, it's just a discipline. That's all it is a very big discipline when it comes to the words that you're saying out there. So the reason why I say post every single day is because you're going to develop a higher confidence if you post every single day. If you post every single day, you're going to start listening to the words that you're saying out there. And that's why it's highly important for you to understand the words that are coming out of your mouth. Another thing, try not to look at the camera. Oh my gosh, I know that's weird because I'm looking at you guys on Zoom. Try not to look at the camera. So when you're doing content, do side angles. Do side angles. As if there was a video camera right here, do a side angle as if you're talking to somebody. No joke. It's the coolest thing ever. If you have a desk, if you have a kitchen, it's almost acting like you're having a conversation with somebody. So I'm going to pause right there because I do not want to take even 1 minute away from our special guest. We'll hop back in because we only have one more letter to uncover here when it comes to your short shoot system inspired by danmartell. Mr. Cody Askins, sir, do I have you? Come on off of mute, sir.
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. So, Cody, I know that I've been following you for quite a while. I know Jordan thinks the world of you. I know a lot of partners think the world of you. I want to say Blythe Barnes and Dusty Todd do a lot of road shows with you, but kind of tell the audience if they don't know who you are. I clearly know who you are, but tell the audience a little bit about who you are and what inspires you and what challenges you.
Yes. I got started in the business when I was 19 as an intern, 20 as a full-time agent. I made 117 grand while I was in college playing basketball. At 20 years old, cold door knocking, cold calling, no leads, just residential homes and senior living facilities. If I'd have been plugged into the NASB system, I would have received higher commissions and it would have made my job so much easier because I would have actually had people to talk to versus just random strangers. However, I sold for years, love insurance, love sales, love being an entrepreneur. And then I started putting out content at the end of 2015. The first year of doing content, by the way, to kind of like piggyback on the content thing, I was absolutely the world's worst at content. Go back and look at my very first video ever. I was in like this gray sweater and like this rickety, creaky chair, and I had like the whole index card outline on a shelf by my phone. Took 42 takes. I was nervous as could be in my own 9x9, office, which is crazy to be nervous when you're just talking to yourself in a room. But I was terrified. However, just like anything in life, if you keep doing it, you keep getting better. And you're not supposed to be good when you start, right? When you first ride a bike, you fall down, and then you get back up and you keep doing it. Eventually you like it and you love it and, you enjoy it and you're better at it. And so I kept doing content. We also started to hire amazing people in our organization and our team that actually know what they're doing, which is a huge hack. And we now have about 350,000 agents around the world that watch our content online every single week. And we help agents and agencies. And that's me.
Amen. And I know you have a beautiful wife. And
Yeah.
I love it because you were asking me, you're like, all right, Ashley, I'm going to be taking a 2-week vacation come December. Where's a really awesome spot? I'm looking forward to hearing what that spot is, sir. So I want to hear from you when it comes to this content, when it comes to recording. Look, you're one of the best at it. Okay. So give us some nuggets. We like to call them chicken nugget bombs. So give us some nuggets, sir.
Chicken nugget bombs. I like that. I would say a few things immediately that I think about. Okay. I would love to know while I'm sharing some stats, throw in chat, what is the biggest hurdle for the reason why you don't do content currently? Okay. Or if you do a little bit of content, what you think is actually holding you back the most? Okay. Help me out if you can throw those in chat. I know some are driving, don't get in a wreck, but if others are not, please. What's crazy about content is I think there's like 8 billion people on the planet, something like that. I don't know. However, there's about 5 billion actively online using social media, over 60% of the planet. Also, there's been over 150 million new users start using social media in the last 12 months. I estimate that will go up. A lot of people could say, "Well, dude, I'm late to the game, man. Maybe you're older, or maybe you just like, dude, Google took off in the 2000s, and Instagram took off, a decade ago. All these things, right? Well, I estimate that there'll be more new users and adopters of social the next 12 months than we've possibly ever seen in the history of social. I believe the timing's never been better for you to lean into content. That's what I believe. Also, the average human, this will shock you guys. The average human, okay, the average human being spends 2 hours and 24 minutes per day on social media. 2 hours and 24 minutes a day. Some of you guys are like, oh my gosh, is that me? Maybe, right? I don't know. I hope not. I hope you're building your business and helping, spending time with your family and making some money, but maybe, right? Well, the average human being is sitting there scrolling 2 hours and 24 minutes a day. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever. Okay. That's happening. And there's some people that are like, dude, I don't love social media. I don't think it's helping the world. I don't want to be on it. I don't want to support it. Well, no matter what you think about social media, because a lot of times my personal thoughts about something are actually limiting beliefs that are holding me back. And I'm actually holding myself down, so to speak, from growing. And I think that's true for a lot of people, by the way, because it was so true for me. However, I share that to say that people are not going to stop using social media just because you think that it's harming part of the planet. You know what I mean? That's just because you in your car in Wilson, North Carolina think, oh, I'm out because you know what? It's not helping kids nowadays or whatever, right? And you're right, but people are not going to stop using it. So the question is, do you want to be a consumer or a creator? Most people on the planet are consumers. Who would like to be a creator? Because the truth is, you can become whatever you want. I don't care how bad you think you are on video. I get it. I was freaking terrible. And there's some days that my team's like, bro, I thought you've been doing this for a decade. That sucked. I'm like, got it. Let's do it again. Okay. That happens literally all the time. So the question is, do you want to be a consumer or a creator? I want to encourage you this morning and inspire you this morning that if this dude that literally had a stuttering problem growing up was born in little Arkansas, that no one in his family ever used social media, was ever on social media. No one in my family had ever pretty much shot a video in probably in just about the history of my family before I started shooting videos. Okay. However, someone has to be the first. And the truth is, do you think your heart is in the right place? Do you have a powerful message that you can inspire people and that you want to do more good on the planet? If the answer to that is yes, I believe I'm a good person. I believe my heart's in the right place, and I want to help people. Good. You have the ability to do that by getting on social media. And what's interesting is most of the comments, I don't even need to, I'm reading them a little. I don't need to read the comments in chat to already know what most of you are saying. The number one reason why people don't use social media is they're worried about what other people think or how they look, which several of you already put in the last few comments. So if that's true, I want you to stop and think about this for a second. And Ashley, cut me off if I'm talking too much.
No, you're right.
Things and just ramble.
You're doing great. Keep it up.
Thank. Oh, I love what you're doing.
No, you're
with your
doing
team,
great.
your organizations. I had another Zoom for 90 minutes. I ditched that Zoom to come on this one for 15 minutes because I respect and love what you guys are doing. I think Ashley's pretty amazing. Okay. Now, if the number one reason why people don't use social is they're worried about what everybody else thinks and how they look, right? If that's true, is that a good reason or is that a selfish reason? Is it focused on helping others or is it focused on you and how you look and what people think about you? The problem is it's a selfish reason. We're in our head. It's an arrogant, egotistical reason to not do something that can help someone. Okay. So the truth is, if you can get out of your own way, because here's what I think about every time I do social media, and I've got a crazy, powerful story that you guys will not believe that just happened to me 3 days ago. But what I think about when I do social media, and I share, hey, I've got a powerful story because Ashley hopefully won't let me forget because my ADHD self will freaking forget in 4 seconds. Okay. However, when I do video, I'm thinking about who is on the other end of the camera watching. Who am I speaking to? And how can I help them today? That's my goal. So like, as an example, dude, I had someone in when I was in California speaking at an event in LA, my team called me, said, hey, you got a message. It's 7:34 in the morning. They say you have a message in your inbox in Instagram. Please go check it. Dude, it was an agent that had been following us that was having a very rough time, that was thinking about taking his own life. If I had not done social, we wouldn't be able to get on the phone with that person. And I'm not a counselor, I'm not a therapist, I'm not a pastor, like I'm not qualified to help, but he values me enough to share that online directly with me. And so I'm like, okay, if that's true, we need to get on the phone with this person and we need to help this person as much as we can, because I don't care that Cody Askins charges $5,000 an hour for coaching. This is a being that needs us right now. Okay. But here's the unique part about that is if I never start doing social, I never get the message. And I believe we're helping a lot of people around the world, mostly insurance agents. Well, what's interesting is I thought it was mostly insurance agents. However, my parents went to a family reunion and I'm sharing some of this because I don't think most of you were at the Wilson, North Carolina event at the church, but I could be wrong. My parents were at a family reunion in Little Rock, Arkansas. Jessica Dunlap said, "Woo pig suey." My parents were and where they're at this family reunion. A long lost aunt walks up to them and says, "Hey, Brian and Patty, do you realize that there's a high school in Independence, Mississippi that is playing Cody's videos for the kids?" And they're like, "What? What are you talking about, man?" Like he tries to help insurance agents. Why? So they call me. And I'm literally like getting emotional and getting goosebumps as I'm sharing this because I emotionally lost it. Because I did videos to help insurance agents and agencies around the world. I didn't do it to help kids. But guess what? God had a bigger vision for me than I had for me. And the unique part about that is Independence, Mississippi, if you know Mississippi at all, that county is the most economically disadvantaged county in the state, the whole state. Mississippi is already one of the most economically disadvantaged states in the whole US. However, maybe it doesn't have to be that way forever. Maybe it doesn't have to be that way forever. Maybe I get to be a small piece of those kids growing up and doing something. Maybe somebody becomes a pastor. Maybe somebody becomes an insurance agent and makes a bunch of money, and their generations and family trees so freaking different because of the decision that thankfully I made when I was terrified to make it, and when I was so worried about what I looked like and what my family were going to think and my friends were going to think and all the freaking haters. Like nobody has more haters in the history of the insurance industry than Cody Askins. It's true. Okay. And I'm not saying, oh, wow, look at me. I'm just saying, dude, it's freaking tough when I'm trying to help people and someone is jumping in comments like, oh, it's dude's talking about money. He's trying to scam somebody again today. Like, dude, that hurts. That sucks. Here's the third powerful story, and then I'll end with this. I had no notes, but man, I'm having some fun today. I've got a couple stories coming to my brain today. I was at a Go High Level conference on Tuesday. I was the last speaker. They have about 1,000 entrepreneurs in the room in Dallas, Texas, downtown Dallas. This was this week. I was terrified to speak. I was nervous all day. I barely ate all day at all. It was funny because I remember my first time I ever spoke back in 2018. I didn't eat. I didn't speak till like 4:30 in the afternoon. I didn't eat all day. I was afraid I was going to throw it up. Well, I felt like that again this week. because I'm speaking to 1,000 people. Then most of them do not know who I am because most of them are not in the insurance industry. Go High Level has like 5 million businesses or users that use their software. They asked me to speak. The speaker lineup's stupid. I'm over here with like imposter syndrome. Like, why the freak is Cody Askins speaking? You know what I mean? Like, there's so many people that could be speaking. Why am I on stage? I'm terrified to walk out. I'm working out twice that day, twice as hard because I'm like, I got to get these freaking nervous emotions out of me. I'm praying like, God help me. I need you today. Like, man, I need you every day, but man, I need you even more today, you know? And I go on stage, and as I'm sharing my story, there's an Asian guy by the name of Ping Jun sitting on the third row. And what Ping doesn't know is I watched a video of Ping in early 2019. This guy's got like 900,000 followers on Instagram, very well known around the planet, huge freaking dude. He's not even speaking. I'm like, dude, why aren't you speaking? You should be speaking. Here, you take the mic. I want to listen to you. And he's sitting on the third row. And I said, I saw a video of Ping Jun in 2019 talking about doing in-person events. And then I started doing in-person events around the country. And I went on a 16 city tour in 2019 and I did it for free. I said, because I saw a video of the dude that you are looking at in the third row right now. And that cat shared knowledge with me through social media that got me outside of my comfort zone and prompted me to do things I had never done. And Ping, I love you, bro. I thank you. You have meant the world to me. Well, and I said some nice things about him multiple times throughout my 60 minutes. After the event, he comes up, gives me a hug. He starts getting emotional. He says, Cody, you don't realize this. He said, but my dad died. He said, and I stopped doing near as much social media because of the loss of my father and some stuff that I went through. He said, but you inspired me so much today that I think it's time to get back in the game. Because if I can help you, he said, imagine how many people around the world I've helped. And I'm like, dude, you helped me more than you can ever imagine. Now, and dude, I mean, he's got an 8-figure business. He texted me literally last night. Literally last night. So good to meet you, Cody. Your talk truly inspired me to start creating again. If there's anything I can do to help you with your events, please let me know. I sent him this video from 2019. That was the video that he shared with me that I watched that meant the world to me. It's only got like 800 views, by the way. It was back when he was starting early in the game. He said, dang, I would have never imagined some random video with 800 views and only 2 comments would make such a big difference. I'll be heading to Japan for near 2 weeks after this. So let's jump on the call after November the 9th. How freaking amazing is that? I'm meeting someone that I thought I would never meet. I'm going to share my story all because they put out a video and I decided to keep putting out videos. You have no clue where this thing can take you. Professionals, amateurs listen to their feelings. Professionals don't. I want to encourage you to stop listening to your feelings, get outside of your comfort zone, and go create a bigger impact and help a lot more people because you have an amazing message to share. You were called to do something big. You are a special human being, whether today you feel like a special human being or not. And did I give you tactics to go do social? Not yet. But did I inspire you to hopefully go do something and actually start? Because that's really the first step. Hopefully I did. NASB, I love you guys. Thank you for the time.
Woo! You guys, I don't know about you. I know you got to hop off here, Cody, but seriously, I mean, dude, you're phenomenal. And I'm so glad that I was able to meet you at the Thomason conference. And one thing I just really admire about Cody is that he's real, he's authentic, and he has got some powerful content to give to you guys. And I hope that that inspires you guys just to post. And again, even the information that I'm going to be telling you guys, and I'm wrapping this up in about 5 minutes. Thank you so much, Cody. Looking forward to speaking to you next week, brother. And I appreciate you big time. Thank you so much for inspiring my
Have an
team,
amazing day.
this team, and NESB. Appreciate you so much, Cody. Thanks, buddy.
Thank
All
you.
right, guys, let's get back into this. So what we've got so far is we've got content. You got to feel it, do it, live it. Next is the recording of it. Make sure you've got credibility indicators. People judge you based on your videos. You got to have that confidence. Start disciplining yourself that when you speak, be disciplined enough to know what's coming out of your mouth. Stop using those filler words. It took me months to eliminate my filler words so I can connect the dots and what I was saying to whoever I was speaking to, whether it was my kids, my family. The same principles that we learn in business, we learn in everyday life practically as well. It bleeds into those things. So here we go. This is where some really cool stuff starts to come into play here. When it comes to recording, you want to start with a hook. You want to start with a hook. What does that mean, Ashley? I'm going to give you some right now. I'm going to give you literally 10 hooks right now. You ready for this? You won't believe what happens next. Boom. That's a hook. You won't believe what happens next. Here's the secret no one's telling you about. That's a hook. Number 3, in just 30 seconds, this is what you're going to learn. In just 30 seconds, you'll learn how to do XYZ. I did this one today, tested it out. I said, stop scrolling. This one tip is going to change everything for you. I was working out earlier this morning. You should work out every day, every day, every day, every day, every day. Dan Martell, it's a non-negotiable. You just heard it from Cody Askins, worked out twice that day because it gives you energy. But most importantly, it gives you confidence. It gives you that self-respect of discipline. I make my bed every single morning, that discipline, and then working out every single day. There's no days off. And you're like, what? Yeah, straight up. Like there's no days off. Another one here. If you're blank, so if you're a teacher, if you're an athlete, you need to watch this right now. If you are a senior above the age of 55, I need you to watch this right now. Another one, what no one told you about. Boom. What no one told you about the Olympics. What no one told you about, the election. It doesn't have anything to do with the election potentially. But guess what? Because that's a hot topic right now, it's a popular topic, it's going to what? Go throughout those algorithms. I tried XYZ for 30 days and this is what happened. I tried this and this is what happened for 30 days. Another one, here's why you're failing at blank when it comes to making money, and this is how you're going to fix it. This is how you fix it. Here's why you're failing at blank, and this is how you fix it. Don't make this mistake when blank. Don't make this mistake when you're door knocking. Don't make this mistake when you're driving around and you got a lead in your hand. Don't make the same mistake, XYZ. And then, of course, this 10th one is the top 3 tools, tips you need to know right now. What are the top 3 tools or tips you need to know right now? AI is picking up what we're saying out there. So it's no longer so much about hashtags as it is the content and what we're physically saying on a video. But remember, watch those 30 seconds, watch that 1 minute, because that's going to be very important. Don't go for 3, 4, 5, 6 minutes unless you're trying to do a YouTube video. All right, here we go. Shooting content. When you shoot your content, where you shoot it is just as important. Make sure that you have a car mount in your car. Make sure that you have a gym mount in your gym. If you have a gym that you go to, like have a magnet that, sticks right there when it comes to the gym equipment. Have it readily available because you might think of something and you're like, oh my gosh, I got to say this. And I love what Cody said is you just never know who you're really going to be impacting out there, that you could really change that person's life big time. Here's the last one in C, and we're wrapping up. So again, A is content, B, recording, and C is the editing, the how of it. Folks, I edited all of my videos, all of my content, did all of my social media until this year. This year. We're talking like our 10th year. So you don't have to pay anybody, all right? But if you wanted to do that and pay somebody $5 or $10. Pay a 13-year-old kid who does CapCut and Canva and template apps, and he would be so happy. Give him $5 for every single video that he can create for you. Are you kidding me? He would be so excited. But check this out. You've got your hook. You got to make sure that you write that as a caption. I have Captions app. I think Laura told me about that. Thank you, Laura. Captions app. You put the hook as a visual right smack on your video. That's the first thing that people are going to see. You want to create tension. You want to create tension. Most people want to hear about the pain versus the gain. This is why when you're posting a picture of you and the life that you just protected, and it's so positive and so awesome, guess what? I realized people want to see the pain. Isn't that so weird? So let's get creative, let's get innovative, and think about some ways of what can we do to post something that a life that we just impacted, what's something that we can do that's creating pain or creating tension or friction? Create content about why that is the wrong way to think about the problem. Create content about why that is the wrong way to think about this problem, whatever the problem might be. Deal with the objection in your content. That's powerful. For example, just like what Cody was just saying, man, there was so much awesome chicken nuggets in what Cody was talking about how, well, you don't think you're good enough. You don't think you look good, or you don't think you have anything to post about or even video about. Bam, there goes your video. And then you post that. Why? Why does the world think that? Why do most people think that way? And are they going to be a consumer? Are they going to be a creator? You must love your footage that you're in. Okay, that's a little, I like to say the word a little bit selfish. I know Patrick Beck-David says, hey, listen, folks, there's a little bit of selfishness in all of us. Do you like the content that you're putting out? That doesn't mean that you delete everything that you put out. You got to make sure that you put out at least something. There's 3 things I want you to think about when you're posting. So these are like the 3 things. AJ Riddott, I believe, like he was the one that taught me this. There's 3 things that you want to always think about when it comes to your editing, your content, your recording is 3 things. Is it entertaining? Is it educating? Or is it inspiring? So those are the 3 things. Maybe you're wanting to entertain somebody today. Maybe you're wanting to educate somebody today. Or lastly, maybe you just really want to inspire somebody today. I was talking to Cody yesterday, and I was talking to like one of his marketing guys, and they were just asking me about my story, and I told him where I came from, and he said, Ashley, right there. He said, right there, you probably would have gotten 1 million views. You probably would have helped somebody across the world. That right there. And I never really thought about it like that, you know? So what's your homework as we're in closing? Your homework. Just go live for the next 100 days, every day. Go live. Watch it. If you don't like it, delete it. But I need you to just do it. Action and adaptability will create opportunity. When you take action and you apply adaptability into new circumstances, like technology, like social media, I get it. I was afraid of it. I told Cody the other day I was so afraid of it because of putting my life out there, putting me out there. And he said, but gosh, Ashley, who could you inspire? Who could you help? He was like, Ashley, you got a pretty impressive story. And I love how all the partners, they were all self-made. All of you guys are self-made. Oh, I see that. Christopher Houghton, anti-vision. Marcus Taylor, dude, that dude jacks me up every single morning. Marcus Taylor on YouTube. Tried to find him on Instagram. Maybe that's one of my visions, is just to meet the guy. And that's what we're talking about, folks. I'm excited for you guys. Hopefully the content, hopefully these advanced pro tactics really helped give you some awesome ammunition to weaponize your social media content. Folks, let's make it a great day. Y'all take care.